Hey guys, I'm Brittany Hughes, you're watching MRC TV, and this is your reality check. So chaos is still raging on the US-Mexico border in yet another example of a failed executive policy just being swept under the rug. But just because the media is not reporting it doesn't mean it's not happening, and it's more tragic than you might know. Just this past week, a 4-year-old little girl from El Salvador was shot while traveling to the United States illegally with her mother, proving yet again that the Obama administration's open border policy not only does little to halt illegal immigration, but it actually encourages parents to risk the lives of their young children to come to the United States, all because they know they'll be allowed to stay. U.S. Customs and Border Protection reported that the little girl and her mother were on a Mexican train bound for the border when the train was suddenly boarded by armed men. The men assaulted several people on the train, and in the middle of all the mess, the smugglers accidentally shot the little girl in her shoulder. The robbers eventually fled, and the child was taken to a hospital in Mexico where she was given minimal treatment and then released. Now, after leaving the hospital, the mother and her daughter were taken by the same human smugglers to a stash house in Mexico. The little girl was still suffering from a gunshot wound and had no medication to ease her pain. She later told CBP that the house was crammed with people and young children, and that at one point, smugglers told the mother that if she couldn't get her daughter to stop crying, she would be forced to sleep outside with the dogs. The mother described a house where people were packed in like cattle, where young girls were forced to stay in rooms with strange men as punishment for not keeping quiet. The woman and her daughter eventually made it to the United States after crossing the Rio Grande near Hidalgo, Texas, where Border Patrol agents then picked them up. The little girl was immediately taken to a local hospital for medical care and was admitted to the ICU. But stories like this are all too common at the U.S. border. More than 5,000 unaccompanied alien children crossed the southwest U.S. border last month alone. Another 7,500 illegal aliens came across in family units. In fact, July had the highest number of child and family member apprehensions of any month in fiscal year 2016 thus far. And along with this wave of illegal immigration comes tragedy. Border rescues and alien deaths have skyrocketed over the summer. Border agents have reported more than double the number of rescues over the same time frame last year. At least 7 people have died trying to cross the border unlawfully in the past 2 months alone. And regardless of their citizenship, they're still people, and any policy that enables this is not compassionate. Now, the United States is not responsible for the individual decisions of Central American parents, but there is no doubt that the United States is complicit in this horrendous human smuggling ring. President Obama continues to push an open-door system that encourages illegal immigration to the United States by ensuring that those who do make it are allowed to stay. And in doing so, the United States has a hand in all of these stories, all under the false guise of humanitarianism. And that's your reality check, America. Stay sane out there. If you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube page or check us out at mrctv.org. And make sure that you like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.